Hey, Trey Campbell here, and welcome to my trading screen. Just wanted to recap a trade that I made today really fast. It's going to be a very quick video. I've got my daughter today. She's probably running around. She'll make a noise, so just bear with me. Let me get through this, because the reason I want to make this video is pattern recognition. Okay, I want to show you how powerful these charts are that we use in our chat room, and how you can take advantage of these trades, okay, every day. Now, I didn't make a killing. I made $224.50 today. You know, it wasn't like I had a home run or nothing, but you know, it was a good day, and it was a stress-free day. I had like zero nail biting. You know, it was nothing into that. I mean, it was like sit back and just watch, you know. So let's go over this. I'm going to show you this really fast. /ES, right? Correct. So this morning we came in right here at 9 o'clock. The market opened, and as we pulled in right before the open, we came into this support zone here, which was value area high, right? This gray box is what I call VA, value area, and I plot that on the chart every night for you. You can get it for free at the Discord room. Just come join us. Dynamic Day Traders is the name of the group. I can send you an invite. Just message me, and I may even link it in the description below. Anyway, I knew this morning coming into this was going to be support. So what I did is I started building a position. Now I purchased an in the money strike, so I was in the money, actually hoping that this thing would actually pull on down into that POC. Now if it had pulled down to that POC, I could have really got some size on, and been about, you know, twice as much money for me for the day. However, I just got the first allotment with 5 contracts right there, and then I took it all the way up and made the money, you know. Got out. I held it way past this high, which usually I get out, you know, on the new highs. If you've been following me, you know my strategy. But I held it to this +1 deviation with the intent, because if you look, I'll show you this too. You got to be paying attention to the larger time frames. You know, Sunday night, you know, we had this major gap down right here. You see this right here? We've had this major gap down, and I knew right here's the gap fill, right here was the gap down. We gapped down, and then we sold off, and then we started putting in those higher lows. You know where the bulls want to go. You know their target. You know what they want. They want to fill that gap, right? It's just a self-fulfilling prophecy type thing. So there's that, you know. So we've got that in mind, and as we started pumping up, I said, okay, all right, we've broke over, you know, the gap down, you know, from where it started Sunday night. The bulls want to fill this gap. So what I did was I patiently waited for this gap to fill, and then let me go further on and show you this. I didn't hold my long position until then. I just went ahead and got out. However, I could have held it and been fine. But right here, this orange line here represents the gap fill line, right? So what I did was I just patiently waited for price to get up to this gap, and I watched it start reacting. And basically what I did is I bought a contract, you know, another in the money put, you know, betting that the market would go back down somewhere around this +1.5, maybe a little bit lower. And we kind of fiddled around here and got up where I was out of the money on it. So what I did was this red line right here, I grabbed a better strike way in the money, and I got it for the same price on this spike. So I got this for $34, and I got this one for $34 as well on this spike. So when it spiked up, I got this one for $34, and then as it sold off, I took profits right here. I took a break even, like a 8, 9. Actually, I was a little red on this trade just to get out of it, because now I've got this strike. So I was just waiting kind of for that pullback to just cancel that trade, at least flat, because now I've got this strike, which is my money trade, right? So now what I do is I wait for this just to continue down, and I sold it for like $19 or $18 a contract, and it made pretty good. And I'm going to show you this now. I just pulled this over from the from my broker statement. I put this on a spreadsheet so I could add it up for you guys, and because if you trade Nadex, you know that the it doesn't do that for you, so you have to put it in an Excel and add it up to figure out where you're at on the day. So basically $224.50 on the day. It was like I said, not a home run, but dadgum, look at those trades. Look how in the money that is. Like, I could have held that and collected the whole $34 and probably made all right money on it. This one would have been perfect. I could have made throughout the day, I could have formulated a really, really wide, like an iron condor or just boxing price in a way, that I could have won on both sides 100% of the money, if that makes sense. Now, I didn't do that, but if I'd have held, check this out, if I would have held this strike where I bought here, and then I'd have kept this strike and price stayed within this zone for the rest of the day, I would have banked on both sides. If that just is mind blowing, right? So it's not really my style, but I just want to throw that out there, and I want to show you the pattern recognition, and really fast also why I got in this trade. I showed you why I got in this trade, and I showed you why I got into this trade. I didn't show you why I got into this trade. Let me show you why I got into it. Okay, so we filled the gap. So stocks are well known. We've been pumping, right? We've been really going. Stocks are known to reverse or have a reversing trend around 10 to 11 o'clock, right? So we push up to for one, the really good indicator is that we're at this -1.5. So if you pull the bell curve up, your percentage when you get up into this level for price to close within it is pretty good, right? So once we close the gap, you start looking for that gap close reversal, or it's going to gap and go. It's going to hold the gap and just keep shooting. But seeing that we were already so overextended, all right, hear me out. We were so overextended at the 1.5 by the time it closed the gap. That's what added the edge up for me to get into that trade. So I wouldn't have, if we were sitting at the plus 0.5 and we closed the gap, yeah, I would bet on a gap and go. But when we've moved, 75% of our allotted movement according to statistics and deviations and distributions in that sort of mathematics, way of thinking, you really can stack your edge, because that the reversal is more likely than a gap and go at that point. So fuel for thought, fuel for the brain, think it over. Have a good day. I'll be back soon with another video. Take care. Until next time, peace out, and we'll do it again sometime.